We're going to learn about words ending in VE or the suffix of IVE and when silent E doesn't make the vowel have its long sound. First, we will start with the normal silent E, making the vowel 2 letters before it have its long sound. K, ave, cave, p, ave, pave, 5, I've, hive, rave, save. Now, if we have a word ending in E and there are 2 letters between the E and a vowel, then the vowel does not change to its long sound. So right here we have an E and we have 2 letters after the A before the E, so the A does not take its long sound. Right here we have AR, which as we learned in level 3, lesson 7, says R. So k, arv, carve. So if the E doesn't change the vowel sound, why is it there? English words do not end in the letter V. So sometimes when you have a word where the last sound is the V sound, there will be an E there that doesn't actually do anything except keep it from ending in V. Here we have ER, which as we learned in level 2, lesson 9, says So serve. UR also says k, erve, curve. Alv, solve. Elv, 12. Arv, starve. Now, sometimes we have words ending in VE where the vowel is only 2 letters before the E, but the vowel keeps its short sound. So in these words here, we are going to have a short sound instead of a long sound, even though there was only 1 letter between the vowel and the E. So in these words, the E is there just to keep the word from ending in V. Iv, give, av, have. Now this word here can be pronounced 2 different ways. You can have the verb live with a short I, and you can also have the word live where the E makes the I have its long sound. So you may have to read a word out loud both ways in context to see which word makes sense. And here we have active. Let's practice with some sentences. I have a pet cat. His, we learned in level 3, lesson 10, the S can take the Z sound. His name is Mr. Capital M, R period, is an abbreviation for the word Mr. Mr. Active. He is black and tan. I have a pet cat. His name is Mr. Active. He is black and tan. Now let's try this word both ways. Let's try first with the E making the I have its long sound. Live. I live. Well, that doesn't make sense. So let's try it the other way. I live. That makes sense. In a place. Here we have an E. Make the C take its soft sound of S, which we covered in level 3, lesson 3. With. TH has 2 sounds. Th and th, which we covered in level 2, lesson 8. Here we use the voice th sound. A lot of rain. Oh, I don't think we've covered this word yet in this program. Sometimes the letter O has the schwad sound of and sometimes an F has a V sound. So this is one of the words that you could call a sight word, of. I live in a place with a lot of rain. Now, the rest of this lesson is optional, especially for younger students. So right here, we have the IVE suffix. This can be found at the end of long words. Most of the words that end in this suffix, not all, but most of them are going to be 8 or more letters long. So if you have a long English word and it ends in IVE, it is most likely going to sound like IV with the short I sound and the E being there just to keep the word from ending in V. Now, what does the IVE suffix mean? The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines IV as that performs or tends toward an indicated action. And I will explain that in a minute. So right here we have the root word act. We add the suffix ive to get the word active. So active would mean someone who tends to act. Here we add the prefix in, inactive. The prefix in means not. So inactive would be someone who tends not to perform an act. Here we have adoptive. Now, I would like to point out that generally English words that start with the letter A tend to take on a muffled schwa sound of So it could have, you could pronounce it with the short A, adopt, but that sound tends to disappear and become more like a short U sound of So adoptive. So that would be somebody who tends to adopt. Adaptive, somebody who tends to adapt.